Hola a todos y bienvenidos. Yo soy Mark de Coffee Break Spanish y estoy muy contento de estar aquí con vosotros. I'm here to tell you a little about the Coffee Break Spanish Masterclass, which is our course for intermediate Spanish learners. Now, let me tell you a little about the Masterclass. We asked our learners, our intermediate learners, what are your greatest challenges as an intermediate learner of Spanish? And some of the answers that our learners came up with included, I need to be able to use verbs in different tenses. Some other learners said that they wanted to sound more like a native speaker. Others wanted to expand their vocabulary. And then others mentioned things like the subjunctive. They'd heard of these tricky aspects of grammar, but they didn't know how to use them. And other learners mentioned specific things like por and para or que and cual and so on. So in order to address these needs, we came up with the Masterclass, the Coffee Break Spanish Masterclass, which is an online course lasting 6 months. Each month, you get a different module. So there are 6 modules spread out over the 6 months, and these are short, regular sessions allowing you to build your language skills over the course of those 6 months. It's structured learning, so we're focusing on developing different points and helping you build your skills through audio, text, and video materials. And this is coffee break learning, so it's 20-minute sessions, and if you can manage 20-minute sessions 3 or 4 times a week, then the Coffee Break Masterclass is perfect for you. Now, the Coffee Break Masterclass is organised over 6 months, and each month there are a number of lessons that are published. So let's take a look at what the schedule looks like. In each month, there are 5 main lessons, and these are published on the 1st, the 4th, and the 8th of the month. And then there's an exercise before we move on to lessons 4 and 5 on the 15th and the 18th of the month. And that means that from the 18th of the month onwards, it's all about consolidation. So you'll be consolidating what you've learned in those first 5 lessons in the month. And to help you consolidate what you've learned, we provide additional materials such as a checklist, a video review, and the test at the end of the month. Now, the Masterclass is organised in 6 monthly modules. So there are 6 months, and we focus on a different topic each month. We start with Frases Hechas, idiomatic expressions, helping you develop your range of expression and to use these idiomatic expressions to sound more Spanish when you talk. In month 2, the focus is on tricky verbs. So it's verbs, perhaps you're familiar with these verbs, but you don't know all the meanings of the verbs and how to use them in particular scenarios. So that's module 2 on tricky verbs. Module 3 looks at false friends. And these are words that you think you know what they mean, but in fact they mean something different. So it's all about developing your vocabulary. Module 4 is looking at tenses, and we cover a variety of tenses over this module, including the perfect, the preterite, the imperfect, the future, and the conditional. Then, when it comes to Module 5, we're focusing on a topic that some learners find really difficult, and that is the subjunctive. And the subjunctive is not something to fear, it's not something to worry about, and we'll help you understand what the subjunctive is, how it's used, and the triggers that result in you needing to use the subjunctive, and of course, how to form the subjunctive also. And in the 6th month, we're focusing on what we call tricky Spanish. So some of those really tricky aspects of Spanish, including things like por and para, que and cual, the personal a, and so on. So tricky things that trip up many learners. So to sum up, we're looking at 6 modules over the course of 6 months, and each module features 5 lessons. And within each lesson, there's audio, there's text, and there's video review for the whole module. And we also offer homework activities where you can practice what you've learned, and we provide guaranteed feedback on your homework activities. So you'll see your homework, you'll see your corrections, but you'll also see the corrections of the other members of the group, because this is a learning community where you can learn along with the other members. The Masterclass is perfect if you want to take your intermediate Spanish to the next level, and you can register today to take part in the Coffee Break Spanish Masterclass. Simply go to coffeebreakspanishmasterclass.com. I hope that this has been a useful introduction to our Coffee Break Spanish Masterclass. Thanks for watching.